On to you, crabs. You have the Hanged Man, the King of Cups, and you have the Page of Swords for you, crabs. So this is about how patient a lot of you crabs are actually being. Um, y'all are moving forward. I was talking about how a lot of you very much, and I'm thankful that y'all are actually moving forward, right? A lot of you take what it is that I have to say into consideration. You're not getting mad. I'm not gonna watch your videos then, right? You're not getting mad. You know, the last video that I did for you crabs, I kind of gave y'all some tough love. Y'all didn't take it personally, and y'all was like, okay, so you're ready to move forward. So I'm just here to say appreciate it, and congratulations to you for not taking it personally, because once again, I don't be saying these things for spite, to intentionally get y'all upset. I'm just saying these things really from the heart, really. And if I'm being honest with you, really from the heart. So the thing is that the Page of Swords right here represents, but you also came to this conclusion yourself that, reminiscing about it way too much, about this crazy individual, is only going to do things, it's only going to make things worse for you. It's going to get you crabs upset. It's going to get y'all mad. And the thing is that for you crabs, you have the Five of Wands and the Lovers, which is things, in real relationships, in real world, things would have worked out, right? As far as you, in a general sense, you would have been in love. You would have been spiritually married and all that other type of stuff. No paperwork intended, but you crabs would have been had a relationship, a family, white picket fence, and all that other type of stuff. So a lot of you crabs are learning how to take care of yourselves all over again. Honestly speaking, what you crabs did is admirable, right? What y'all did is that y'all gave a person a second chance. There's nothing wrong with that, right? It's just that you just have to understand when and where to give somebody another chance. It really depends on what it is that they do the first time, and if your heart is open to give a person a second chance. When it comes to that type of stuff, right? It really is another situation where it's like, it really does come down to what it is that you really want to see. Like when it comes to, how do I say this, right? Like, because I'm trying to really bring it home, but like when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to not just spirituality, but like learning how to forgive someone, and whether you should forgive and whether you should learn the first time around. Sometimes, like I said before, sometimes, hold on a sec. This is why it is. That's better. This is why, a little bit better. But this is why it is that I say that, at the end of the day, love is going to hurt sometimes, because, and if you're going to be in a relationship and you're going to talk about being in love, which you should be, that's how you make it successful. You have to be willing you have to know that things are going to hurt sometimes. It's not going to be the most easy thing in the world, because when it comes to matters of the heart and forgiveness and stuff like this, honestly speaking, crabs, not everything when you're dealing with somebody, it's not always going to be the easiest thing in the world to do, because we don't know this stuff, right? Like even me as an individual who can see these things coming down the pike, right? Coming down the future, right? As far as a psychic or whatever it is, I don't know, whatever it is that people want to call me, right? Whatever, right? I don't know everything. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, I'm honestly trying to find out the truth of if it was my own misunderstanding and I'm overreacting, or if it really is the person that really is crazy out here. And what I realize generally is sometimes a second chance is needed. And when I realize about relationships in general, right, especially the ones that I've been in, is that even if I'm wrong, right, and then I come back and I try to mend things, right, the people who I've kicked it with, it's not a clean slate anymore. They turn around and they do me dirty. So they end up looking crazy. All of them, the ones that I've done that with, they all look crazy. The one I'm talking about, the ones that's, accepted me back, they all look crazy. Because it's like, what is the point of accepting me back then if you really gonna hold grudges and you really gonna start playing your games? That's not why it is that I'm doing this in the first place. I'm doing this because I'm trying to get clarity on the situation, and I also want to understand if, and I also want to mend my own brokenness and actually put myself back together. You end up coming in, you accept me back, but now you the one playing games now. And it's like, oh my gosh, like you just made it worse. You put the responsibility on yourself. And at that point I realized, I gotta stay away from that person. The most solemn relationships that I've had was the ones that didn't accept me back, because they were the ones that ain't even playing the game in the first place with me. They were the ones that was just like, all right, I forgive you and everything like that, but we not gonna be cool like that again. And I respected it because they wasn't gonna accept me back to now start playing games. And I respect it, Those were the ones that it was very clear, like, I was tripping. And the thing with that is the lovers right here represents how, it's the same thing with you, crabs. You accepted this person back in, not because y'all are stupid. This is what I want y'all to understand. Not because a lot of you were stupid. A lot of you accepted this person back in because you really wanted to make sure that you were doing things the right way. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. I know I'm not even going to go into that, but that's exactly why it is that I would hang out with, somebody, and I would go back to this person or whatnot a couple of times, actually, because I want to know if I'm tripping out or whatnot, right? It's a learning experience for me, right? But the person was tripping out, but so was I. And I had to get better based upon that, right? So I definitely understand exactly where it is that you crabs are coming from. The Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Swords right here. You had the Five of Wands. Now you got the Five of Swords. This is about how you understand now that when it comes to things like that, when you have to give a person a second chance, see if they do it again. Honestly, be open to it. If you ask me, people are a little bit too caught up with, I can't allow that to ever happen to me again, so I'm not going to forgive you. I think you should, in certain cases, allow them to do that again. Give them an opportunity to do that. Because when they really show you that they're going to do it again, it gives clarity. Because, see, people who like to play games, they don't want things to be clear. So when you accept them back and you pay attention to the situation and you watching it, how they plan again, it's like, you are tripping. Yeah, you wilding. This is how it is. This is how it is that I was able to study the person who I'm going out with. It's because they out here looking crazy. They make, it's you. Yeah, but then when I show them how I'm moving, and then I show them how they've been moving, they hang up the phone on me. It's like, this is what I'm talking about. This doesn't bring value. Y'all are out here playing and doing this stuff for what? This is how it is. This is the reason why it is, my dear crabs. This is the reason why it is that I don't like people who waste time, because you striving for a good relationship, and what are they doing? I know for a fact that they are trying to make the relationship stupid. They can say that they're not. No, you are. You're intentionally doing it. The question is, what are you doing? Because you look crazy. You could say no, but how you explain somebody talking to you? I remember, I'm gonna give you crabs a situation. I remember talking to somebody, right? And I messed up, like I said before. I said something crazy to the person or whatnot. And then I was like, you know what? That wasn't cool. I'm actually trying to learn to do better for myself, right? Went out and bought a book, right? The book wasn't expensive. The book was probably about $10 or less. It wasn't expensive at all. Anyway, it was a book to help me, understand my own feelings a lot better, right? So I'm able to decipher, right? This is why it is that people can't mess with me. This is why a lot of people be out here looking crazy. Anyway, I went ahead and I had apologized to this person. I was like, look, I didn't apologize to you before. I apologize, right? I'm sorry, right? This is why it is I don't play that nonsense. The person on my head, XYZ, 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 XYZ. And I'm telling this person, I get it. Why do you keep doing this? So then I told myself, right? Like I was like, okay, let me see what happens if I act like the gangster thug. Shut up. All this other type of stuff, right? And I was like, let me see what this person's response is going to be. This person immediately started being nice to me. I'm like, see, you playing. I'm like, you playing. And this is why it is that I don't respect it, because, and I'm thinking to myself, this is why not only do I not respect it, I don't respect you in that sense. And this is why I can't be with you, because this is what I'm thinking to myself when it came to this person. Because I was like, because you playing a game. The question is, what value are you gaining from this? See, this is why it is that I clown people who do this stuff, because you want generational wealth, right? This is what it is that they claim. They want generational wealth. They want all this prosperity. They want all this wealth. Okay, so, but if you want wealth spiritually, financially, whatever wise, you cannot be on some nonsense and want wealth. Wealth is the natural deterrent to playing games. Playing games is the natural deterrent to wealth. You will run opportunities and prosperity literally away playing games. People, first and foremost, the reputation that you ruin. People will look at you like you got a mental problem. They don't even want to work with you because they think that you're crazy. Let's talk about it. So this is why it is that I say people out here playing, then they reach to a certain age and then they act like they're confused as to why they don't have money, begging people for something. Get out of here, because you goofy. You dig? So this is why a lot of you crabs can't get caught up with that. This is why it's a good idea to show forgiveness sometimes. Well, not even forgiveness. Definitely forgive, but show mercy in the sense of allowing them back to see if they're going to do it again. If these people are crazy like that, then like these people are out here, they're crazy. The thing is that the Knight of Swords and the Moon and the Hierophant right here is about how you crabs have to, or you can ghost and just stay away from them. And because at the end of the day, when you see that these people are wilding out and they're crazy, ghost them. Or you can ghost them from the very beginning. And what I mean by that is, don't even give them another chance to come back in. Just ghost them. I find that ghosting is probably the best. It's probably the best thing, especially if you have yourself a person that's really out here and they really wild. People like to ghost. People like to play as if that they ghosting while they talking to you. It's like, nah, don't do that. Psych, nah, and it's like, nah, don't do that, because I really will ghost you for good. Let's clarify the moon. Overall, my dear crabs, this is a real evolution on your character. This shows that a lot of you are becoming a lot more advanced. A lot of you crabs are becoming way more advanced spiritually, mentally, emotionally, in the sense that a lot of you are not being as sensitive as you once were. A lot of you crabs are willing to, oh wow, I never noticed that. A lot of you crabs, I never noticed that. But a lot of you crabs are willing to understand that sometimes the waters are muddy. The waters are muddy. Things are not as clear as originally they were. See, this is why titles is a good thing. This is why titles is such a good thing if it's used correctly, right? Because you thought that things were going in one direction and now it's not, or it didn't go in that direction, and you crabs decided to give this person another chance, and now you see, oh, this person got problems, and yes, they do. So let's clarify the Hierophant. No, let's clarify the moon. Excuse me. Two of Swords, Ace of Wands, Three of Swords, Temperance, and then you have the Nine of Wands for you crabs. So to clarify the moon, so the Two of Swords and the Ace of Wands speaks to how, yeah, because they're at that point, they're unredeemable. They're irredeemable. These are people that are always going to be on some dysfunctional stuff, no matter what. The Three of Swords and the Temperance, if you can, do your best to not wild out, not say too much, not say anything. Just leave it alone, Because at the end of the day, and this is what I mean when I say that all this game playing, those are people who are ruining their own lives. Then you have the Nine of Wands. And don't allow them to, what it's saying here is that when you hang out with them a second time, or when you accept them back in after they did something seriously wrong that breaks the trust of the relationship, and sometimes you may, because sometimes you're not always going to allow the person to get back in. One time is all you're going to need. But the times that you crabs do allow them to come back in, you're going to see how crazy they actually are. But that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace.